What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the John Squared Gaming Show, episode 25. I am John T. Joining me is John R. John, how we doing, brother?
25, like Christmas.
Oh, we're
That's
we're
all I got.
how many
Sure.
days till Christmas? You're better at math than I am.
17.
There you go.
17,
17
right?
days. Sure. Yeah. We have a
Hang on, let
little
me.
thing down that in our living room that has like the counter, um, and I didn't check it today, so
Oh, I don't know.
if I
My
did,
house
I would know
is.
the answer.
I have no tree up, no decorations. I'm not
Wow,
doing any of it. Because,
wow.
like, it's just me and Zoe. Like, I'm not gonna fucking decorate and then have to tear it down myself.
Take the
That's
tree
just
out
too much
yourself.
work. Yeah, fuck that.
Well, more importantly to me than Christmas, happy Halo Day, everyone. The official release of Halo Infinite was today. Um, get out there, play it. Campaign so far rips. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then, secondly, the Game Awards are this week, which feels like video game Christmas. I mean, we're only just getting things sold to us, essentially, just watching commercial after commercial. But I'm fucking hyped. It's kind of what I've been looking forward to, other than Halo, all week.
Just good old capitalism.
Yeah, baby. For those of you who don't know, we will be back right here on this channel tomorrow for the Game Awards. John will have to dip out a little early, but I will be here
No,
all night, baby.
John might. Depends. If John's team is doing bad, John's staying.
John will hop back on. Yeah, we'll be hanging out for the entirety of the Game Awards in some capacity. Super excited. We'll be reacting to that.
About a
So come
time.
hang. For and then also for those of you who don't know, the Minnesota Vikings play
All
the
right, hey,
Pittsburgh Steelers.
we're not
Uh,
talking about football. I don't want to
that
talk about
is
football ever again.
that is that is John's mother's team, the Steelers. So just a lot riding on tomorrow night for the boy.
Whether or not
Um,
I hurl myself out my window is resting on tomorrow night.
prayers up.
I feel like this goes back to pre-show, not game show, but like I feel like you're one of the only people that understands how I react when football is bad
Yeah,
because I react the same way as you.
yeah. I get So I will say this. Sunday. I mean, we had Mike Glennon at quarterback. Not that it really, I don't think the outcome would have been different when we lost to Miami. And I was down bad. And then when I saw the Vikings game, all of that hurt just turned into like sympathy and compassion for you. And I just could not believe that happened.
I think I broke my laptop. I haven't opened it again yet, but because like I watch it, let me. I don't watch it on an illegal site and just like plug it into my
Of
TV.
course not.
That's
Of
not
course
what I
not.
do.
Yeah,
I'm a law-abiding
absolutely
citizen.
not.
But if that were to be what was happening, and then a blatant face mask call got missed that led to a Detroit touchdown, I may or may not have slammed my laptop closed, and I
Mm,
haven't opened it since.
yeah.
So
Um, that may or may not be fair. If we're doing these maybes, if that did
it's two
happen.
weeks in a row. That is 2 weeks in a row. I'm gonna get. Oh, I don't want to talk
Um,
about football.
yeah, let's shift into some more exciting things. I guess exciting things a little bit later on. But first, we got to get into some news. But before that, I'd like to remind you guys that the best way to support us right now is by liking or subbing to whatever platform you are listening or watching on. If you're on a podcast service, leaving us a review and sharing it with a friend, that'd be wonderful. We'd really appreciate that. And if you're on YouTube or Twitch, just follow, sub. You guys know the drill. We'd appreciate it. Shout out to everyone. Uh,
Shout out.
Shout out to everyone who's been here with us the last 25 weeks. We're gonna keep things rocking and rolling. Hopefully, the start of next year, we're going to be looking to add some more content in different ways. So just keep a lookout on that and follow us on Twitter at John Squared Pod. So yeah, just keep a lookout. Um,
As Jewish icon Drake says, big tings.
yes. First up on the news report, we got the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, PS5 release date, and graphics modes revealed. More PC details are coming later this year. This is from Connor Sheridan at Games Radar Plus. Says the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection PS5 release date has been revealed, and you won't have to wait long into the new year to rejoin Nathan Drake and the gang. Sony confirmed in a new post on PlayStation blog and an accompanying gameplay trailer that the new gen bundle Uncharted 4 and Uncharted The Lost Legacy is headed to PS5 on January 28th, 2022. Sony isn't ready to say when the PC version will arrive on Steam and Epic Games Store, though it did say it will reveal more details about that version as we head into 2022. The PS5 version of Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection will allow players to choose between three different graphics modes: Fidelity mode, which sticks to a native 4K resolution with a frame rate target of 30 frames per second, gross. Performance mode, which targets 60 frames per second at a dynamic resolution, and the new Performance Plus mode, which is the thing I'm most excited for, which targets 120 frames per second at 1080p. Just make sure your display can keep up with frames that high. Yeah. So this is retailing at $50. If you own Uncharted 4 or the Lost Legacy or Lost Legacy, it's a $10 upgrade fee. The problem is, and after doing research, I still don't know if it's $10 each, $10. You only have to own one and then you get both.
I
Or do you
so
have to own both?
I think it's $10 each, but it's also if you got Uncharted 4 or Lost Legacy from PS Plus, it does not include
You
those.
don't get it. Right.
You have to buy the
Um
game and then upgrade it or whatever.
right. So it's just really confusing. Although like that's the belief right now, but it's
Yeah.
not confirmed. Like we don't know for sure. Like I don't know if you have to own both. Um
I
but
just
yeah,
assume when it comes to Sony, they're gonna want more money, so it's gonna be $10 each. I mean, that's just my assumption, especially in the landscape that we're in now. You know,
yeah, I'm hoping with the week's time that they're gonna clear this up and kind of specify like exactly what. So we'll cover that most likely next week and give you guys like concrete, hopefully. Um, but yeah, either me and the rest of the internet are just dumb and can't like decipher this correctly, or they just did not do a great job communicating with it. Um, but aside from that, John, how interested are you in jumping back into these on PS5?
yeah. I mean, I'm excited. They're good games. I'm definitely not paying any money, but they're good. Like if they look better, I'll play them.
You did not play Lost Legacy, right?
No,
Yeah, that game is fucking phenomenal. Um, I'm excited to jump back into these just because I think Uncharted 4 is one of the top five best games of the last generation. I
really, really
absolutely
good.
loved it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that 120 frames per second mode, it'd be really because those games were locked at 30 on the PlayStation 4. So experiencing that and like a
even
like with
even at like 60 frames per second, I mean, it's gonna
yeah,
look
100%. Yeah,
incredible.
depending on how much like resolute or not resolution, how much graphical fidelity you have to give up um to get from 60 to 120. I probably will hang out most of the game around 60 to 60 frames per second mode. I believe that is a dynamic 1440p that will sometimes um it'll hover between 1440p and 4K without ever really hitting native 4K. That's at least what some of the early things that I was seeing. But yeah, I'm excited to play this, and I'm really excited for it to come to PC and even more players get to play it.
Yeah. That's I
because
think that's the most exciting part is that, you know, PC players finally get to run through the entire franchise.
no, you don't get to play the first three. It's only
Shit.
if so yeah,
I
you're
thought
gonna
I thought Uncharted 1 through 3 are coming to PC.
no. It was a rumor when 4 and Lost Legacy were coming out, but they didn't. So you'll have
Uh,
to watch a YouTube video. If you can go on your PC browser and look up a YouTube video on a story recap or something. And I think they're definitely worth playing, but in my opinion, 4 and Lost Legacy like blow the original 3 out of the water.
yeah. I mean, Uncharted 2, that's the one with the train, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that one's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But
Big agree.
4 is definitely obviously it's the pinnacle.
Agreed. Okay, next up, we got Fortnite Spider-Man has the same web slinging skills as Insomniac Spider-Man. Was Spider-Man coming to Fortnite common knowledge before this week?
No. No, it's kind of
Okay.
like the big reveal. Just like The Rock. The Rock is also in Fortnite.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
I missed that like the impact moment when they announced this because I feel like it would have took over Twitter.
it
Um,
it did for a bit. It was trending for a while, but
I
yeah,
don't know
the
where I
big
was.
they did the big like season 3 or chapter 3, I think they're calling it, like reveal
Yeah.
with like a day one thing. It was like The Rock is one of the characters, and then the day two thing was, oh, and by the way, we're updating our entire like you can slide now. You can aim
Hmm.
down sight and have like an aim down sight, like a red dot sight. Oh,
Wow.
and also Spider-Man's here and he can swing.
Yeah, I mean, so I was watching some of the gameplay earlier for this, and it seems to be like the web shooter and slide mechanic mixed, where you
Yep.
kind of just like use it as like a surfboard or something. Like
Yeah.
it just looked crazy. So this is from Hope Bellingham at Games Radar as well. It says Fortnite Spider-Man has the same web slinging skills as Insomniac Spider-Man. It says Fortnite's version of Spider-Man has some surprisingly impressive web slinging skills, as demonstrated in a YouTube video uh, by YouTuber Kanga. The Spider-Man in Fortnite has web slinging skills that could rival ones found in Insomniac Spider-Man PS4 game from 2018. According to Kanga's video, the YouTuber managed to unlock the slinger's web shooters ahead of the character's official release. Also, the web shooters are not exclusive to Spider-Man. They are a pickup item that any character
Yeah.
can use. It says, whilst playing around with and exploring Fortnite's newest map, Kanga says that they tried out a ton of new features and put the web shooter through its paces before it was removed from the game just 5 minutes later. Um, this actually looked really fucking cool. Um,
So I texted you guys, what was it, Saturday night? Maybe it was
y-
Sunday morning. I think it was Saturday night though when this came out, and I said, I know you guys probably aren't going to play it, but the new update is fucking sick. Like they added a bunch of shit and all of it's fun.
yeah, I'm just the it, when I was watching this video, um, we didn't touch on it last week or the week before, but um, Spider-Man, the character was he was finally put into Marvel's Avengers, and it does not look good. And you have Fortnite,
It
a third-person battle royale game, who seem to have gotten that right way more than a Marvel Avengers. Like that's the
not
purpose of the
even
game.
that. People basically said Sony's going to keep Spider-Man for the Avengers game just to like have him as like a yeah, haha, you can't have him on Xbox. That's all they did. They didn't add any new story or anything, no new missions. It's just,
Right,
hey, this
right.
character's here. So I mean, it looks bad for that game as a whole. Uh, but big W for Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, very embarrassing for Marvel's Avengers, but we don't have to bury them. As much as Fortnite is a game that I am not interested in. Like this moved the needle a little bit for me. I'm not committing to
I
anything, but like
I genuinely
it
think if you played it, like if we got a group of us four and we played it, because I know Zach would play it. He doesn't absolutely despise it, but like,
Zach was like an OG.
yeah,
My brother was one of the OGs. I remember when it first was like blowing up. I came home. I would come home from work and I'm like, what are you playing? Like, what is this? It like the noises. It was so like, ugh. Um,
it's it. I all right. This is coming from someone before we had this show and before I played Fortnite. I fucking despised it. I was like you. And then what was it for stream one day? I said, "Oh, because they put the gritty in for Justin
yeah,
Jefferson." I said, "Okay,
yep.
well now that that's in, I'm going to try it." Immediately loved it.
Yeah.
It flipped my opinion within 24 hours. It was so fun. It's just getting over
Also
like the idea of Fortnite and actually playing. That's the hardest part.
the part that really turns me off is the thought of being so far behind. Um, and the building aspect where I know that I'm so far
I
behind on that.
I
Um,
I don't build. I've never built anything, and I still finish top 5 regularly
well, yeah, I mean,
on PS5. Not I can't do it on PC, and I don't know why.
yeah, I don't know. I will, like I said, I'm not committing to anything but the Spider-Man inclusion.
Mm,
Like it moved the needle for me a little bit,
you
and
like
also
Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
the thought of Spider-Man running around with an assault rifle just sounds so hilarious to me.
Spider-Man with an AR and Naruto with a rocket launcher.
And Naruto with a web slinger.
Dude, it's so fun.
Anything goes. It's so cool. Even if you don't like Fortnite, I you have to at least respect what it is and what it's done.
Well, and even like the new map is like kind of Apex-esque, and like the sliding is ripped right from Apex. But like
I
the
have heard that. Yeah.
yeah, like it's almost a one-to-one copy, but the map itself that they have for this season is really really good too. The whole thing is just a big fan of it.
Yeah. It's it's impressive the way that they just continue to add and build to a game that already has so much content. It's really cool to
Yeah,
see.
they don't miss.
Next up, we got some more BioShock rumors. It says new Bioshock set in a fictional Antarctic city in the 1960s. The subheading is ice. Let me give credit real quick. This is from Sammy Barker at Push Square. Says, surely an announcement of the next Bioshock is imminent? Question mark. When it rains, it pours, and right now it's practically sleeting Big Daddy drills. A fresh set of
Ooh,
rumors recently pegged the game's. I don't like, like how this guy writes. Fresh set of rumors recently pegged the game's name as Bioshock Isolation, and now word comes by way of Sacred Symbols Colin Moriarty. Sorry, brother.
Moriarty.
Sure. That the release is set in a fictional Antarctic city in the 1960s. This information has since been corroborated by a slew of other sources, including Eurogamer and VGC, and listening to a podcast today with Jeff Grubb.
It
He
just hit
also
me.
confirmed it.
It's called isolation because they're in it. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one that added that article. I read it and it didn't click in my head until just now.
Shit happens, brother. Um, I do you expect to see this at the Game Awards tomorrow?
Expect? No. Want? Yes.
Why not?
I don't know. It's still 2K, right? And they kind of stink.
I am not 100% sure, but
I could see, uh, it would be a fun surprise if it happens, but I just there's something in my gut telling me it won't.
I'm almost kind of expecting it now. With all of the stuff coming out, like it almost feels
But
too
I feel like
coincidental.
the stuff that's come out hasn't like it hasn't gotten as much attention as I would think it would
Mm.
for like BioShock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely see what you're saying, but I also think that because right now it's just set as like leaks and rumors and stuff like that, and that
That
type of
too.
stuff doesn't tend to. I mean, like there's a small part of Twitter or Reddit that will take that stuff and run with it, but I really do think that when this gets an official announcement, whether it be tomorrow night or sometime early next year, it
Yeah.
will start getting some more hype. But yeah, I'm fully expecting to see it at this point. Um, just
I
because I
don't know.
don't know, we don't have to get like super into this, but I don't know Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Like I don't know what they even really have to show. They've all shown a
That's
lot recently, so I feel like
that's what
we
I was
should
just
be
gonna say.
expecting third parties. Yeah,
Is that I don't even know what to expect from anybody anymore, except for like maybe Horizon or God of War gameplay, maybe
yeah.
some more StarCraft stuff. It's not StarCraft, is it? It's not StarCraft.
Starfield.
Yeah, StarCraft is definitely not that at all. Starfield stuff, Nintendo, who fucking cares at this point? It'll be more Mario remakes that they could fucking sell for $60.
Um, where are your? We talked about BioShock last week, but where are your hype levels? Are they getting?
The more I think about it, the higher they get. I'd put me
Yeah,
at like an 8 right now, 7 or
yeah.
8.
I like the idea of it being in like Antarctic style. I love when game like Deathloop was it like 70s type style.
Yeah.
Like I love that those and BioShock has always nailed their aesthetic into whatever game that they choose. So um I'm excited, man. This seems like it'd be really cool. And like I said earlier, Jeff Grubb on a podcast also confirmed that he knows for a fact that it is the Antarctic. Um, that is going to be the setting. So a lot of people are starting to hear more and more about it. And yeah, I'm getting really excited. John, real quick, unrelated to any of this, what are your expectations with Breath of the Wild for tomorrow? You think a release date? You think a
I
name? Do you think anything? Like what? Where do you think?
I would hope at least a name. Cuz like they said it's coming out 2022 and that's it. That's all they gave in like quick like gameplay, right? It was just a
Yes.
teaser. I would like an actual trailer or yeah, an actual trailer and a name instead of just Breath of the Wild 2, you
Yeah,
know?
I am not expecting that. I'm not, I
No,
don't
I mean,
even.
it's Nintendo. They're going to give it out a week before the game releases, but like
It's just weird
I
because they said that they didn't put the name on it because it may reveal a lot of secrets about the game. It's like how are you going to do
like
that?
Zelda has like isn't just like the same shit over and over. I mean, has there been any truly like new characters or additions?
I mean like very like the villains vary sometimes. So
Like
maybe
Ganondorf is always like the guy.
no, that's not true.
Oh,
I mean
okay. Fuck
he
me then.
plays a part. He plays a part in but he's not the main. So maybe there's another character from another game that's it'll be like this person's revenge or this person's whatever like
That's you never played Jack and Daxter. So Jack 2, you get like Dark Jack, where like his skin turns gray and shit, and he's like the evil version of normal Jack. I mean, except for you're playing as him.
okay.
I think it would be cool if Ganon took over Link, and there was like evil Link and good Link.
Well, in
Has
other
that
Zelda
happened?
games there he hasn't taken him over but there's like a shadow realm and there is a dark link.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, so maybe it's just called like Resurrection or something, and you're just like that gives away that Ganon or somebody. I don't know what it's gonna be, but apparently that the title holds some details on some of the possible secrets. So, um, I'm almost
I hate
thinking
when people do that. Why put it in the name and then like because now you can't give out the name. Why would you do that?
yeah, I'm almost thinking that they're not gonna announce the name until maybe 2-3 months before it releases.
Like
Um,
the Avengers fucking did until like their trailer or whatever. Where it's like, yeah, it's just the next Avengers movie. And then they waited until it was called Endgame.
yeah, right.
Like I hate that shit.
Yeah, because you can't like wait until the end of the game and then reveal the title. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not expecting anything at all
So
like that.
I actually have a question for you, and I don't know if you want to save it till after the news because it might be like a conversation piece. Uh, but I guess it's news. There was an article that said like Call of Duty sales in the UK are down 40% uh, for
Yeah.
Vanguard.
Yeah.
I think we might have touched on it last week. But how would you feel if instead of selling a new Call of Duty every year, it became like a terms of service game? And like just a new campaign came out once a year, but the game never actually kind of like Warzone, except there's a new campaign once a year.
Well,
Like playable
so
campaign missions.
that on it that's what Halo seems to be doing. Halo will be adding content and they're saying that this Halo Infinite is going to be a platform for the next 10 years.
Yeah, that's
So,
the idea of like Infinite is that like it's never gonna end.
yeah. So I reading that article, and this was such a small um amount of people that were not buying Call of Duty, and one of the biggest reasons why they weren't buying Vanguard was they were content with Warzone. I think if that number is increasing, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. The amount of people saying, "I got Warzone, I paid $10 for the battle pass for this, I'm good." Like the new Call of Duty games can, you know, fuck off. We might see that model change, but until even with Vanguard sales being down 40% in the UK, it's still selling like crazy. Like most
I
AAA games would kill for the sales that Vanguard is getting. Um so I think maybe we inched towards that direction. I would prefer it because I've meant to try the campaign in Vanguard. I played a mission in the campaign in Cold War. I tell myself all the time that I'm going to give it a chance, and then I usually don't because
that
it
so
usually doesn't hold up well enough for me to keep playing.
Cold War was the first one where I didn't finish the campaign. Normally I play through the entire campaign. I got like I think maybe halfway, two thirds of the way through, and then just didn't finish. I just got bored, lost steam,
Yeah,
and like Vanguard, I have no interest in getting it.
yeah. Steve Spaghetti up in the chat says, "Nice to see you boys. New Warzone looks fun. Yeah, that map looks so
No,
good,
I thought it
dude."
was Far Cry DLC. I'm confused.
Far Cry's good. So I like Far Cry. So yeah, dude, it looks so sick. I'm really excited. I hate
Yeah, but Steven, did you see that you can swing webs in Fortnite? So,
I
take that.
hate that I hate that this released on Halo Day. Because Halo is the only thing that matters to me today. Um
I
it's
genuinely think that this was Call of Duty's plan. Like, oh, we're gonna release on Halo and take some of their No, you're not. You're
Yeah,
not.
just like on Monday when Halo uh the reviews dropped. The previews and stuff dropped. Another company called PlayStation also tried to steal some thunder by dropping some Horizon Forbidden West details. And this comes from Hiron Cryer, shout out, from Games Radar, saying Horizon Forbidden West will have overhauled stealth and combat mechanics. Gorilla,
Whoa! I missed this.
really, yeah. So
I
they
missed
did. It
this
didn't
in
work.
the I missed this in the show thing, and I missed this during like on Twitter because all it was Halo.
Yeah, so it didn't work. It didn't work with you. You still saw Halo. This is Guerrilla details the extensive changes for the sequel. Horizon Forbidden West developer Guerrilla Games has published an extensive blog detailing combat and stealth reworks. Guerrilla Games took to the PlayStation blog to write about several new aspects of Horizon Forbidden West. Chiefly, the developer revealed that stealth has been entirely reworked for the upcoming sequel, and the developers on Forbidden West have extended the skill cap from Zero Dawn to offer more skills, thus catering to an extended amount of playstyles. There's also a big rework for Forbidden West's enemy AI, whereas before, Guerrilla developers explained enemies would handle varied terrain and absence of grace, stumbling over obstacles in their path. This time, they'll take the quickest route right to Aloy with Sublime style, abounding over obstacles in their path with ease. Um, yeah, so the more details that come out, it almost feels like every Monday or every other Monday they're just dropping a little bit more on the blog. Um, the, the closer we get and the more details we get, the more horny I get, bro. It is
Yeah.
just um
Speaking of, I oh boy, here we go. We're going back into blockbuster territory. I I was
oh
on this
no.
website called Reddit. I don't know if you've heard of it or not.
Hmm. Maybe
Uh,
familiar with it.
and I was looking for stuff like it was when the last like big blog thing came out. I was looking for shit on there, and I typed in Horizon Zero or Horizon Forbidden West, and first thing to pop up, just fucking Aloy getting dicked down by a robot. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look somewhere else. I like literally anywhere else.
Yeah, unfortunately, Twitter is not all that much different. But
Nope.
in the future, if you want to link that and send it to Steve Spaghettio, he's into
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So just go ahead and
Don't
send
worry,
it his
Steve. I
way.
got you. I
Yeah,
also like
dude,
when Animal Crossing was trending on Twitter. I looked at that, and it was just what's the
nightmare,
dog getting dicked down. And I was like,
night,
what the fuck is happening?
nightmare,
Steve
bro. It
Spaghetti
is.
was all over the internet, fucking doing his drawings, making a miserable place for us.
um, yeah, it's a dangerous. Whenever you click on whatever's trending, it's scary. It's a
I don't
risk that.
nothing at work anymore. No shot.
Yeah, absolutely not. I got IT guys probably ready to call me at a moment's notice. Um yeah, so like I said, not I don't have too much to say about this other than I am unreasonably horny. Steve-O says go oh fuck off.
Thanks, Steve. If you would just hit the subscribe button, that'd be great.
Last up on the news report we have
Oh,
Nick Swanson. Ron Swanson will be in The
Ron
Last of
Swanson.
Us.
Who the
I'm
fuck do
sorry.
you? Oh, you son of a bitch.
Um Yeah, that's my bad. I mixed the two names together. Anyways, Ron Swanson, he uh, looks to join The Last of Us HBO show. Not many other details other than that, but IGN tweeted
Yeah,
this out.
it's Nick Offerman is joining, and he will be playing Bill from all the reports so far.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I saw someone
Um,
else was credited as playing Bill, but then someone else tweeted like can confirm he will be playing Bill in the show.
it's kind of
So
perfect. I feel
yeah,
like it's the perfect role. Like, yeah, like if I had a dream cast, like I probably would end up sticking him right there. Anyway, so it's cool to see. Can't wait. That's gonna be. I really hope that this nails it.
I actually speaking of Game Awards, I expect to see a trailer for that for the Game Awards.
That's a
They
good.
had they've been filming for like 2 months now. They already did like the entire first like the opening scene, which the like cast kind of spoiled on Instagram
Yeah,
because they're all smiling in a car together, and you know what that means. Uh, but I expect like a trailer or a sneak peek or something.
yeah, that's fair. We are getting Sonic.
Two.
Sequel. Yeah, to Sonic. We're getting a trailer for that. Cannot wait. It looks like
Oh,
we're getting. a lot of Sonic stuff tomorrow. We're getting the trailer for the new movie, and then also Sega has announced that they will be showing Sonic Frontiers, the 3D Sonic game that's coming next year.
They debuted the movie poster today for Sonic
Yes.
2.
Yep.
Uh,
Tails is there.
Eggman's just Eggman's just immediately back. Notably missing Knuckles. Everyone knows he's in the movie. They didn't put him in the poster. Not happy about that.
I wouldn't say everyone knows. I think people who are on Twitter know. Like,
I feel like it was widely like it was talked about, and then Idris Elba did an interview with like GQ where he's like, "I'm not gonna make him sexy, bruv." It's like
um,
that voice, you're gonna make him sexy. I mean,
I
who are we
I
kidding?
so I guess this is the only thing I could come up with is like if a kid is going to the movies and they look at the poster and like Tails, and they don't know that Knuckles is in the movie, like, but I guess that's not. I'm trying to pretend like any kid is innocent these days. Like they all fucking have the internet and stuff. So,
Fuck them kids. I want to see Knuckles.
we'll see him. We'll see him. Um,
What if he looks like original Sonic before the redesign, and that's why they're not showing him?
the little eyes. Steve O in the chat says no shadow. Sadly, that's got to be
That's
three, right?
yeah, yeah,
It's got to be. Um,
like
I'm going
almost
full blown like
assuredly.
goth emo phase back. When that comes out. Um, that's how I'll be showing up to the movie theater. Just like
You never stop?
also with a gun. Next up,
Oh, you can't make jokes about going to a movie theater with a gun. You
it's
can't.
for the Shadow the Hedgehog. It's for the
Oh,
video game.
general public ain't know that. If I can't make jokes about 9/11 and Pearl Harbor, you can't make jokes about bringing guns to
Well,
theaters.
I felt like I was safe to do it because of your terrorist jokes.
Well,
John,
I can't
that's
call
it for
you
the
a
news.
terrorist. I can't make terrible terrorist jokes. I'm fucking stuttering. I have a stroke every time we come on here. As soon as that fucking red light's on, brain stops working.
What if you played this week?
Played Fortnite, played Pokemon. What else have I played?
Halo,
Uh,
obviously. Friday.
yeah, I did play a lot of Halo. Played some. Did I play? I played something on my PC. I don't know what. It might have been Halo. Uh, Played Horizon a little bit more. Uh, then mostly just watched Sopranos and uh started Hawkeye today. Catch
Oh,
up on my
how's
pop
that?
culture. Honestly, it's good. It's fun,
Hmm.
which I didn't think it would be. There's a one-eyed dog in it.
I there's so much other shit that I have to watch first, but I wasn't at all interested, and then the a lot of the reviews and stuff were saying how good it is, so I'll slap it on
I
to the
mean,
bottom of my list.
I think it should be Game of Thrones, Sopranos now,
Game of
then
Thrones is
Naruto.
next.
Dude, Sopranos has been
Sopranos is not.
so fucking good. It
No.
made me want to like dig into my roots and just start making up Italian words. Like it's so good. They say
Um,
gabagool episode 1, like within 10 minutes.
like dead ass, they say that.
Yeah, they say, "Hey, give me some of that gabagool." Like 100% that's the line. And everyone's just acts like it doesn't happen.
Hmm. Interesting.
Incredible.
Yeah. Game of Thrones is next. But that is a show I'm watching with my wife, so um, like it's gonna take a while, I think, unless we get into one of those modes where we like fall in love with it and
Yeah.
it's just like boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So
That's what I was gonna say. Clear out at least 2 hours when you start it so you can watch episodes 1 and 2. Because one after you finish episode 1, you're gonna want to watch episode 2.
okay. For me, this week was just Halo. Um, I feel like I turned my PlayStation on for something. That dude, it actually, I was thinking this the other day how sad it is that have really hardly touched my PlayStation. I played Guardians when it came out in October, but I have been on my PC and my Xbox way more frequently lately. But yeah, I
Yeah.
really do think it's just Halo. I did play actually. I played a little bit more Mass Effect on over
How's
the
that going?
weekend. I maybe played another hour and a half, 2 hours. Um, good. I'm starting to get a hang of the actual like I was dying a lot because I was just running in trying to shoot without going for cover or learning the systems. I realized 4 hours into this game the attribute points that I wasn't spending. And I was dying so quick, and I'm like, how? Like, why do I keep dying? And so I was going through the menus, and I saw, like, I literally leveled up none of my characters. Um,
Makes sense.
I will say though, some of the things there are two things that I really don't like. The PC. I don't know if it's just the PC version, but I've been experiencing a lot of bugs. So there's one where like I walk into a room and none of the characters move at all. So it's easy. I mean, I go up and literally I just beat them to death. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've been getting things like that, or where I'll enter a room and my squad is behind me and like they just disappear. I can hear them talking, but they're not helping me out at all. Um, where like so I died and then they joined me after I died. So there's
Yeah.
just like things here and there. And the second thing is there's a part in the game where you're driving a car. Um, and I don't know if it's just me being awful at driving games or anything when I'm in a car, but oh my god, I was like wishing that there was a way I could skip that part. I hated it. I hated the way it controlled. Um, I just kind of realized I don't like driving in video games, like any of them. I hate it.
I
Halo,
love it.
I'm so bad at it. Um,
I think my thing
I
is like, so like I get ridiculed, maybe not so much by the boys, but in general for because I drive like a. I'm very safe. I drive the speed limit. I never go through yellow lights that I feel are too close. I drive safely, and it's because one time I was ticketed with my friend in the car
uh
unnecessarily on a throughway, and it
because
scarred me for the rest of my life.
we
Oh,
started
we don't
heading
have
to
to talk about that.
Canada
We don't have to talk about that.
right after Warp Tour too. So it was like late.
We
We
didn't
were
get to the border. It was fine.
sunburnt, sunburnt and exhausted.
That's
Um,
why it happened. I didn't know how directions worked. Uh,
not convinced you still do.
all right. Well, how about you fuck off?
Anyways, your
Dick.
driving habits.
Was the last time you were in a car with me, huh? You son of a bitch.
I learned directions in the last 3 years.
I know how to use a GPS now. I use my own GPS because other people look at it and don't tell me I'm going the wrong way when they're trusted.
It's not for the record, it's not me.
It's not you, but it is your
But
bloodline.
anyways,
Uh,
anyways,
what was I gonna say now? Now I'm flustered. Oh, so I get to when I drive in games, I get to just drive like you,
while out.
and that's fun.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Even in the campaign with Halo, earlier, I got in a car because you had there's like a waypoint and you had to travel. It was like 400 meters, and I got like maybe 100 meters and crashed and like flipped, and I was like, all right, I'll just like use the uh grapple hook for the rest of the way. I just like
Nope.
Spider-Man my way over there.
You get out, you punch
Um,
the car over, and you keep moving.
but yeah, other than that, it's just been those two. Just like it's 2007 in my household. Um, John,
Yeah.
like I said before, it's Halo Day.
Halo Day.
The campaign officially launched today. It's been about a month since the multiplayer dropped. Um, where are you at with Halo Infinite right now, like mentally?
Um, that's tough. I still really enjoy it. I'm still having fun, but like every Friday when we play, right? I get
Yes.
burnt out by like 10 p.m. and we go for like another well, at least we have been going for like another 2 hours because it's after a while. Like this past week, we got capture the flag how many times in a row, and it
Yeah.
was switching between the same two maps, and it was just kept being capture the flag. And it's like after a while, it's like okay, I'm done. I want to play something else. Like I want another game mode. I want to be able to switch to another game mode.
Yeah. Um, this is like the latest we've been staying up um for Friday nights in a while.
Yeah,
It was like 2:30 last week, and then or like 2 weeks ago. Then last week it was like a little after one. Um, I still I don't get burnt out. I get to the point where like my body is shutting down. That's the only reason I'm getting off because my mind is like I want to keep going. The multiplayer has been so just phenomenal. Despite the stuff that they need to improve on. Stevo says I gotta stay off the internet for a while so I don't get anything spoiled for Halo. Yeah, you're right, you do. We're gonna talk about it a little bit, but I'm not spoiling anything at all.
I was
Like
gonna say
nothing.
I also have not played it, so
Yeah,
I
I obviously wouldn't spoil anything. Um, before we get into a little bit of the my thoughts on the campaign so far, I want to go back to earlier this week over like the weekend actually. Um, so Halo, the Reddit, the subreddit on Halo, there's a community on Twitter, very vocal, sending death threats to 343 developers, um, just very angry, and it almost like overtook like it felt like the overall like the conversation shifted from Halo's so good, like this is so good, they finally did it. It felt like it shifted to like how toxic everything got. Um,
yeah.
it really sucked. So we got a response from the he's a community director at 343. It's Brian Gerard. Um, so it was a lengthy post. So I read it. So if you guys don't want to, I just made some bullet points to talk about the things that I thought were worth mentioning. So I'm going to run through all of these real quick and then we can kind of talk about. Stop me if there's anything that you want to touch on. So he starts off saying that he
I
understands. Go ahead.
want to stop before and just say if you get that upset about a video game, go outside. Like genuinely, there is no need, no matter how upset you are with a game, to send death threats to people that it's their job to work on it. That's it.
Yes.
They're trying their hardest. They're putting everything they have into it. Don't send them fucking death threats.
Right. Do you really think you care more about a game that you play than somebody who is literally doing this out of passion for a living? Like they
And even that, like,
obviously,
what gives you the right? You don't like something, so you say you're going to kill somebody and kill their
yeah,
family? What gives you that? Like, who are
yeah,
you?
yeah. Um, so like I said, he started off by saying that he understands and generally agrees with the feedback that the community has given uh, the dev team, although he does not appreciate the way that it's being communicated for the most part. Duh.
Yeah.
He touched on the Slayer playlist. Not, he said that it's not as easy as just pushing a button, and kind of attributed the UI limitation as a factor on why they don't have a Slayer only playlist. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I say this all the time. Neither of us are developers, so we don't know how this shit works. But the UI Um, he said it just limits them in how much they can put on the screen or whatever, or in the user interface, whatever. Um, he said that one minor change could have massive implications for everything. So it's not about just, yeah, let's get this in right away and not thinking about the repercussions and what it could possibly cause for other aspects of the game. Um, he said historically a Slayer only playlist has resulted in an unhealthy objective playlist, um, which in my opinion I don't think that's a good reasoning for not having a Slayer only,
No.
because then you're just forcing people to play things they don't want to play.
Yeah.
If an objective playlist is unhealthy, then it's just not what people want for the most part. Like obviously there are going to be like people who are disappointed that they're waiting a little bit longer to find a match, but like it's not that's not on people who only want to play Slayer. Like that's not on them. That's You shouldn't make them suffer so other people
And even
don't.
like even that, like how many rounds of Slayer did we actually have in like what is it, 6 hours of playing?
Yeah,
We
we
had like
maybe had
2 rounds of
three.
Slayer.
Yeah,
And that's also an insane amount, especially when, like I just said, we got hit with fucking 8 capture the flag matches in a row. Like
yeah,
that needs to be balanced in some capacity if you're not going to change it.
yeah. So he mentioned how frustrating it was while he was playing to wait. He said he waited he played 20 games before he got enough oddball games to complete his objective, and that's like not acceptable. So he understands the issues. Says he understands that they have changes to make, but they are not coming as soon as players may want. I believe 343 is taking a holiday break soon.
Yeah.
Um, and then we might be seeing changes afterwards. Um, and then
What I
understands. Oh, go ahead.
sorry. What I saw earlier today was something that like don't expect any of the changes until season 2, which will be in sometime in like April or May.
May, yeah.
Yeah, so
Um, I don't know
because
if
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
take.
take that long.
They said there's gonna be little events here and there, like the whatever the samurai armor is. They're gonna do 2 more of those.
Yes.
Um, but don't expect any massive overhaul changes until the season 2
Yeah,
starts.
yeah. Okay. I'm talking like the Slayer playlist aspects. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, well, that's I massive overhauls the way that he's saying like their UI is so limited now they have to find a way to do it.
yeah.
For some reason in my head that made it sound like okay, they're gonna wait until season 2 starts to really roll this out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they kind of understand what they need to do. And I think we'll see some little changes that are like really important. But in terms of
Hopefully.
like a real progression overhaul, like you can't change that in the middle
Yeah.
like then you're kind of fucking everyone over who worked, or the people who like are unemployed and like have over 100 hours in the game and have the battle pass like almost completed by getting 50 XP per game. Like it's kind of like smacking those guys in the face, although you should get a job. Um, yeah,
Like,
you,
yeah,
you
there's
just
people
you
who
can't disrespect those people, you know.
people platinumed in like the first day, and I was like, how did you do that?
Um, so yeah, he said that he understands the discrepancy between a free to play and typical Halo releases, where he said like basically we need to make money somehow, and he understands the issues, but I just don't think like people who have been Team Halo for the last 20 years, they expect a certain thing, and this was a completely different model to them.
Yeah,
Um, and I understand, and I think he understands, and they're just figuring this thing out right now. This is the first time they've made a free to play game, so they're just figuring it out. So I guess give cut them a little slack, give them a little patience. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to
a
tell you.
little. I mean,
Um,
I my thing is if if they don't have like a Slayer only type thing by like middle of February, I feel like then you can say, okay, you guys have to do something. Like if they stick with this exact thing all the way through, which is what I part of me for some reason expects, but doesn't like. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
If they stick with it, then yeesh, that's not good.
Yeah, I think they realize that they're at risk right now of losing a lot of players.
Yeah.
Um, so I think they are going to be working hard to they've been so transparent and they've been communicating with everyone so like openly and honestly, and there's no reason for me to believe that they aren't working hard to do this, and I obviously they deserve a break because they've been doing this since 2015 or 2014. They've been working on this game, so um, yeah, I'm excited. I have faith that they're going to get it right. Um, but yeah, the when we get it, who knows? Um, just hopefully sooner than later. Um, so yeah. Other than that, you said that you did not get a chance to play the campaign today, right?
No. I
Okay,
honestly, I so busy at work, I didn't see like Twitter at all. Didn't realize until I got home that it actually came out, and I just didn't have time at that point.
gotcha. So I played about 3 hours. I was paying attention to Twitter because I knew it was very strange today. Um, this game released at 1 p.m. Eastern time today. You could not download it earlier than that. I've never seen a game drop like that before.
Yeah, that
Um,
seems weird.
yeah.
Wasn't it
So,
like 4 p.m. though to download the multiplayer? Like you couldn't get it until 4 p.m. that day.
well, that was just like a surprise drop, so I guess that kind of made sense, but this was like I don't know. I This was like an actual release, and that was a beta, so it could have come out at any time. Like this was an official release, and you couldn't download. I don't know. It was just weird. And you couldn't preload the game either. You couldn't download
That's
it
like
prior.
that's 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
mean, what? It's not even like a weird. That's a weird time there too.
Yeah, because then you have everyone downloading it at once.
Yeah,
Um, I was at work and I downloaded it on my laptop. I just started it at work just so I had it ready to go when I got home.
unless you're
Um,
John's bosses, in which case he didn't do that.
I, I,
I
I
don't know if they care. You know,
look at,
just trying to
I
cover your
am,
back.
I am the boss.
Okay.
So yeah, so once I got home, I instantly booted it up, started playing. Um, so obviously this is gonna be spoiler free, so you guys don't have to worry. So far, this is giving me major, major Halo 1 vibes. The first time you ever play Halo 1. You start on a ship and you're in this enclosed space fighting against the enemy. But there's a moment early early enough in the game, shortly after the title card, where you kind of get this like everything opens up and you're on the Halo ring and you're just like, "Oh my god." Like this is I don't know. You just get this like feeling of you can do whatever you want now. And it's in Halo 1 when you played like open world games, I guess were a thing, but when you got to that first, when you landed on the Halo ring, and it just seemed like this huge open space, and you really could go anywhere you want. You couldn't accomplish anything. You had to accomplish it in a specific linear mission path, but you could go anywhere, and there were enemies all over the place. It was just felt so alive for being in a game in 2001. This They did such a good job at like I'm going from point A to point B and in the middle of it like just a random enemy like comes down and they start attacking me because you're the demon, you're Master Chief. Like they're just trying to take you out. So it's just random spots. Like one time I was walking and then I saw the laser go. Like I was just walking by myself and I just see a laser come down and someone has a stalker rifle trying to shoot me out of the blue. It wasn't a like specified area. He was just up in a tree somewhere, like trying to take you out. So the world just feels like alive, but not in a good way. Like you're being hunted nonstop. Um, yeah, so far I've absolutely loved it. I did get a little bit worried that it was going to be very like overwhelming when you land and you have the like your objectives, the main missions, the outposts that you got to take down, like targets that you got to the certain targets you want to take down and stuff like that. I was like,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel that way because all of that stuff is really like optional and um like some of it is like cosmetics that you can earn, like armor cores that you can earn for Master Chief in the campaign. But um I'll obviously have a little bit more thoughts the more I play it, but so far it's just been like that nostalgic feeling of when you play Halo 1 and those earlier games where you just get so like immersed in the world that they created. So I've been
And that,
really I think Halo is confirmed back.
I mean, that's good because I mean, we spent a couple months, you and I both you and I, saying, "Well, what if it's bad?" You know. So I'm glad that both of us were wrong and that it actually was good.
Yeah,
You know, we
yeah.
both of us were saying, "What if it's bad?"
um I think you have some memory issues there, but we won't have
No,
to.
I think it's pretty spot on. I think
Oh,
both of
okay.
us, both you and I, me and you both said that. What if it's bad? You know, it's a good thing that
Uh
we both were wrong, all two of us.
I am interested because obviously as hyped as I have been for this game, um the second reviews dropped, I was listening to every podcast I could find. I was reading um as much as I could with my limited reading capabilities. The game is sitting at an 86 right now on Metacritic, which is right up there with Halo 4, I believe. Um, there were a lot of reviews saying that midway through the campaign, you start to feel maybe like that your objective list is just like, okay, like come on. I'm interested to see if I feel that way. Because obviously like I've been so hyped and I admittedly suffer from recency bias. And when I get so hyped something, I always look for things that I love about it, and I overlook the flaws. And then when I have a little bit of time, like invested or a little bit removed, then I can kind of start to see some of it. Um, but yeah, I'm interested to see how I feel about it when I get there, and obviously when I complete the campaign. From what I hear, it's between 12 and 18 hours, depending on how much side stuff you do. But so far, um, the opening scene alone,
Well,
um,
so let me ask you here. Uh, as someone that has played maybe 2 hours of Halo One in the campaign, can I just jump into this, or do I need to play all of them to understand what I'm doing?
um, I think you can jump into this.
Okay,
They kind of give you a small little like recap of where we are now. Um, like if you understand who Cortana is, um,
that's robot lady,
yeah, like you understand that she's an AI that Chief um
didn't you want to
has a
fuck her?
uh I think that was like some people's interpretation, but I never got that feeling. I think
Yeah, the
although
internet told me that he definitely wanted to fuck the robot.
yeah, as horny as I am and have always been, I never interpreted it that way. But yeah, there's a relationship between them.
He does want to fuck the robot.
saw it as like a like sister type thing. Um,
Well, a lot of those sites, that's number one trending.
yeah, I mean,
So,
so that checks out for the internet. But you can jump into this.
okay.
Um,
Yeah, because like I want to be able to talk about it, and I'm thinking this entire time like, there's no shot I play through one through
yeah. So,
five. I mean, there's
so
just I don't have that in me.
this isn't so far. This doesn't seem to be about the implications on like whatever we're doing in the game, the missions that we're going on. It doesn't seem to be about like the those kind of implications, like on what the saving the world and stuff like that. It seems to be like your relationship with the characters that are involved. Um, but yeah, I think even just watching a recap will more than get you caught up and ready to go for this the start of this. We're introduced to a character. He's called the pilot, and he right off the bat, like I was saying a little bit ago, the opening scene like gave me chills. I was so caught off guard. It was like super emotional, and I was like, wait, like that I never got that really with Halo. Like there's been emotional moments, but I mean Halo is about just being like this badass, everyone's scared of you because you're that guy, pal. And
Yeah, internet told me that he's like 4'8" too, outside of the armor, which I've never known the
um,
internet to lie, but that's a short person. If I saw him outside the armor, I wouldn't be afraid anymore.
um, I guess this is a light spoiler, but I read that Joseph Staten, who was he did the story, he was the original, said that Master Chief shits and pisses in his armor.
Yeah.
And the AI that's in the game says very early on that your enemies, they're like, oh, they smell terrible. And Master Chief goes, you can smell? And she's like, well, like I the aroma basically from them goes through and I can interpret their smell and it's not good. And she said, you smell fine, by the way. And I'm like, I thought he's pissing and shitting in that John.
So
So
so she
uh,
has a bathroom fetish. His
yeah.
sister has a bathroom fetish, and he wants to fuck her. This is sounding like all the websites
Cortana is not the
I've
AI
heard
in
of.
this game.
Cortana is what they use on Microsoft, right?
Yeah, but it's not. She's not the AI in the beginning of this game.
Wait a minute. So they took okay. All right.
Um,
I feel like there's
yeah.
something fishy afoot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just watch. You got to watch just a quick recap to get caught up on where we are.
No, I mean, so like
Um,
Cortana is AI in Halo. Cortana is also assistant for Windows. Uh, are they the same Cortana? Are we Halo?
um,
Do I have to
yes,
piss and shit myself right now?
yes, I'm
Ah,
afraid so.
jeez.
But yeah, so the so far the biggest highlights for me have been the dialogue between Chief and the pilot, and Chief and the weapon, which is the AI, and then even just hearing the enemy grunts, um, just talking so much shit, um, and also just like so one time I I was fighting one of the like wow my brain is not working. I was fighting a big enemy and he killed me. He ended up I thought I was him and I wasn't and I was killed and he just comes up and goes um you were no challenge for me Spartan or whatever. And they are constantly just talking big shit. Um so it
Can't
just
take that.
yeah, so it makes you just like, well, just wait till I respawn, Like I had a frame dip there, buddy. That's the only reason you got me. but yeah, no,
It was a lag, it wasn't me.
the dialogue is so good. Just the stupid little shit that all the grunts say, um, and then just how like charming the AI and like this chief always says like he's so almost like not quite. I wouldn't say he's like Drax, but he's like very serious and straightforward. Like
Was
hardly.
is he like PG Doom guy?
I would definitely say he's a little bit more charming. Um,
Okay.
like the stuff that he says stuff that's like you wouldn't think that the humor aged like earlier in the like 2000s where it's just like tough like straight white guy stuff like just like I don't know. I'm trying to
I've
find a
never
way to
smelled a
describe it.
flower in my life.
Like almost like that. Yeah, like um and I don't know. I just think it's been really good and he's just so like sure of himself. Obviously cuz he's fucking Master Chief. But yeah, it's just been really good so far. I really enjoyed it. I think this is my favorite um like opening and like story setup for a Halo game that I've played so far. We'll see what it looks like when, we're getting further in and that objective list is maybe overwhelming me, like what I don't know. But then obviously concluding and seeing what it looks like there. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited that Halo seems to be back because I did like Halo 4, but that time period, that whole last generation feels like it like kind of took a blow. It's just good to see it back in the spotlight, and I just hope that a year and a half, 2 years from now, we're still talking about this game and people are still playing it. And that all
I
depends on the updates that come.
Well, yeah, I think they will. I mean, if people are gonna stay with Apex and Fortnite and Warzone, I think they're gonna stay with Halo. I mean, there's still people actively playing the Master Chief Collection. You know what I mean? So, like, I
Yeah,
think this will be fine.
I'm talking about like that. It is one of the like tent poles in gaming, like
Yeah,
Call of Duty and um
yeah.
yeah. So I just I and it obviously just comes down to whatever content they add and the changes that they make. But yeah, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to keep playing this. I absolutely have just been loving it so far. So that's your homework, I guess, is to start playing this um
Don't
for
fucking
next
give me
week.
homework. Don't you? Who the fuck do you think you're not my boss, my father? Oh my god.
I am your father, unfortunately. Um
Jeez.
I have texts. I save every text that I've ever got on this on over the last two phones. So I do have proof of you calling me father. I'm afraid.
Jeez, I'm gonna need you to delete those, unfortunately.
So yeah, that's gonna be it. Let us know if you guys have played the campaign, what you guys think of the changes coming for multiplayer. Let us know either at Twitter or in the comments on YouTube. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Um,
Hey,
what's
come hang
your
out tomorrow, and also let us know what you think's gonna happen at the Game Awards,
Yeah, let us know. Come hang out with us. We're gonna be streaming
and maybe
literally all night.
why don't you reach out to the Game Awards and say, hey, maybe next time invite John Squared Gaming Show. You know,
Oh,
because
I
it's kind of
I,
rude that
I
they didn't
might
invite us this year.
I might be there. I don't know if you got the invite, but you'll have to stay tuned. And you'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out. Um,
What the
so yeah,
fuck?
7:30 tomorrow we'll be up live. So come hang. And until tomorrow,
7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It would be 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
good job.
Just want to specify that. And then 6:30 Central. Also 5:30 Mountain.
Yeah. And if you're listening or watching on Friday, this none of this means anything to you. But
Yeah.
until next time, you horny little freaks out there,
Ooh.
stay horny, stay hydrated. Peace.